Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special edition of Rawdog Monday. It is the first Rawdog Monday in the Netflix area. How are you guys doing? I am your host, Coach, and I am joined by my three awesome colleagues. We got Big Daddy C.
So,
We got Virgil running the controls, producing the show. And we got the man, the myth, the booker of the year, Fritos.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my singles and tag team competitors. I just want to let you know, Netflix and Chill has a new meeting on Monday night when you're raw dogging it, baby.
ski.
Well said,
You say
Fritos. Well
ski. Oh my gosh. Lord.
All right, guys. So this was the moment we had been waiting for, this episode of Monday Night Raw, and it was a very, very good show. It starts open with Triple H behind the curtains. Curtains drop with the video package of the history of wrestling for the casual fans that are just now joining in the WWE universe for the Netflix era. And it was a great way to start. And of course, we kick things off with The Rock coming to the ring and cutting a promo for WWE. Guys, what were your thoughts on those first two segments, kind of get everything started?
Honestly, I thought it was beautiful. Simply cinematic at this most point. I mean, from the intro video, we have 3 minutes, and Triple H coming in there, breaking it down, saying this is a new era, this is the Netflix era, and then having The Rock cut the promo and giving flowers to everyone, including Cody, which kind of threw me off there, especially him giving him a hug. Then later on, seeing they're sharing some delicious drinks that I cannot drink due to allergic reactions. But yeah, it really brought in a new era. Way better than kind of what AEW's done with Max. But yeah, it's beautiful, really.
See what you think.
Just to start off with it, I thought it was a good segment. I did expect more of a heelish Rock to make his presence known, but I guess we got to wait on that closer to WrestleMania. But nevertheless, the Triple H intro was nice as well. The typical Triple H intro. But yeah, I thought it was a good start off, a good way to usher in a new era. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. We were treated to a delight of a show tonight. We were treated to some very, very momentous segments, some good, some bad. But it was definitely a momentous show, first and foremost. Secondly, I do just want to shout out Triple H for his cold open. I loved it. I loved the sheet screen where they watched the video, then it dropped, and it's immediately Triple H right there. I'm also shouting out his the pyrotechnics that blew off in front of him after he was finished. I hope it did not send his heart into a shock, because Lord knows we don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Amen. All right, so we get to our first match of the night, and this was kind of a surprise. Everyone was thinking this might be the main event, but it is the opening match, and it is tribal combat between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, and it was about what we expected it to be. Hard-hitting match, a lot of weapons used, a lot of interference coming in from the OG bloodline and the new bloodline, and we get a surprise when the bloodlines are out of the ring. We're expecting The Rock to maybe come in and interfere, but instead we get Kevin Owens laying the stunner on Roman Reigns, and that brings out Cody Rhodes. They fight into the crowd, and lo and behold, Roman ends up getting the victory against Solo and gets his Ula Fala back and is rightfully named the tribal chief. And at the end of that, The Rock came out and put the Ula Fala around Roman's neck. Guys, your thoughts?
best way to start off the new era, really. Tribal combat, there's going to be interference. We expected to see Jacob Fatu, Tonga, Sami Zayn, Jimmy. I did not expect Kevin and Cody to be involved in it, so that was just a nice touch. And continuing their storyline since Kevin's got beef with them as well. And The Rock, which we got to break that down a little bit too, because it's interesting because you can see Paul was a bit hesitant. He gave some weird looks. On X, when he cut his promo last Friday, he did the same finger gestures as The Rock, the 1, 2, the 3 there, like he did when he came back out. So this is something we got to keep an eye on. This is a tease for a WrestleMania match between them two, especially the way he stared Roman down. It's coming. I don't know if it's going to happen in 41. They might be just laying groundwork for 42 because you never know with The Rock's schedule, but yeah, I thought it was a great way to start off the new era in Raw.
Yeah, I thought it was a great match. I did also expect it to be the main event, but I kind of knew. I think I heard in advance that Punk versus Rollins was going to be that main event, but I didn't think this match was going to start off. I thought it was at least going to be the second to last match. But nevertheless, it was a great match. Gave us everything we expected it to be. I was actually shocked that Roman won. I figured Solo. I thought The Rock would interfere on Solo's behalf and cost Roman the match, but the fact that they had Roman win and get the Ula Fala back kind of makes things a lot more interesting because it's almost like, all right, so what's next? Is this finally it between him and Solo? So we just got to tune in to SmackDown to see what happens with that. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, no, it was a really good match. I was kind of worried a little bit. I didn't know exactly how things were going to play out, but they played out the right way. And again, like I said, the right person won, and it was good.
All right. So after all of that, we kick off the next hour because believe it or not, that all took 1 hour of Raw. We go to
them damn bloodline entrances, boy.
Hey, they had a short ramp, so it wasn't like a 20-minute walk.
I was kicking myself. I forgot to time Roman's entrance. I timed The Rock's entrance. He cut it down to 5 minutes, so that was pretty good. But I think Roman probably went over the other, so I'm kicking myself for that one. But anyways, we get to our next segment, which is the return of John Cena announcing his retirement tour, his farewell tour, and pretty much laying the groundwork of what his year is going to be like. He's doubting himself winning the 17th title, but even through all of that, he is still going to try, and he declared himself for the Royal Rumble. And Frito C, I'm going to let Virgil start out with this one for this segment.
well. Matter of fact, give me a minute, guys. Give me. You guys just.
Oh God.
Let me go ahead and do some stuff real quick.
Oh,
I
wasn't expecting this, guys. I'm sorry.
All right.
I was trying to be nice.
Yeah. Sir,
Never be
it's
nice.
my turn. It's my turn. It's my turn, Fritos. You got your Friday show. All right. So, John Cena comes back. John Cena returns to WWE. He returns to Monday Night Raw, the show that he carried on his back for the good part of 10 years. 10 years as the main guy, the head topic, the person that you paid the ticket to see for Monday Night Raw, week in and week out. Very rarely did he miss a show. Was always in the top of the storylines, always carrying the name on the marquee. What I want from everybody back there that benefited from the years of 2006 until the year of 2015, 2016, I want you all to thank John Cena for the house, because it's right, quite frankly, the whole exact reason why so many of you have the careers that you do, why you have the money that you have. John Cena carried your asses, and he made sure that you could feed your families. He made sure that you guys could have a career and that people were coming and filling up these seats. I'm done being humble. I'm done. I'm done with this whole, oh yeah, we just want to have a good match Cena type crap. No, John Cena is the GOAT, and if you don't believe that, shame on you. We're done being humble. He runs it all. It's all his. This camera is his. This title is his. Everything. He runs it. He runs it all. I'm tired of being humble. He's head and shoulders above everybody else. And if you don't want to give John Cena his props, well, then you got a problem with me then. And trust me, you don't want to have a problem with me. But in all honesty, sorry guys. In all honesty, the promo was good. Like I said, it was your typical John Cena promo. He was selling tickets for the Royal Rumble. Like I said, so I do not think John Cena is going to win the Royal Rumble. He may win the Elimination Chamber, but I would be highly shocked if John Cena won the Royal Rumble. I fully believe CM Punk is slated to win that Royal Rumble this year, as I think he really was supposed to win the Royal Rumble last year, but he got injured, and then so they switched it up and gave it to Cody. So, yep, that's all I thought.
C just left.
That was his piss break.
Come back here, C. Come back here. I bet you if I told you Jada Parker's booty cheeks was on the screen, you'd came back. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Hey, here, this is for you, Mike. This is for you. Goddamn towel, man.
Look, you're a hater, and you need to stop being like that. You need to appreciate the fact that John Cena carried your ass too. He supplied good entertainment for you when you booed him. You booed him.
I didn't boo him till the Super Cena era started.
Hey, this WWE Championship looks really good on my shoulders, but it's really heavy.
20 pounds of pure love, baby.
Oh, man. Mwah.
So real quick, guys, for those of you watching right now, we are also watching the post show of Monday Night Raw, and we got Big E on here on the post show. They just had the New Day do an interview, a very short interview, and then they left. Big E's talking his talk right now against the New Day. Basically,
Ooh.
Talk your shit.
yeah,
I like
your
Big
shit.
E.
Good, man.
So
I like it, Big E.
That storyline's picking up here.
Three ain't enough. I need 5.
So yeah, that we'll keep an eye on that. But I just thought that was of note for the podcast right now. Okay, moving on. We get our second match of the night, and it is for the Women's World Championship between Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, and a very solid match. Some really good near falls. You get the typical Raquel and Dom interference, but Rhea hits 2 riptides for the victory. Dom tries to get back in her good graces. As Pat McAfee says, Rhea punted 2 balls with 1 kick, and that was the end of that until the bells ring, the gong, and the Undertaker, American Badass, comes out, congratulates Ripley. They both pose, and that is the end of that segment. Guys, your thoughts?
It was the right call. Hopefully this ends the feud for a little bit. It's been stale.
Please.
We've been complaining about it. So hopefully this moves on to, who knows, Charlotte or Becky, if their eventual return. Because, I mean, they've been teased a bit. Charlotte's been talked about coming back soon. So I'll be happy for another Becky versus Rhea or Charlotte versus Rhea. It'll be fun to see, especially in the Raw era. But yeah, for the ending, though, I felt like this is Undertaker giving his permission, basically saying you're the female locker room leader, too, at the very end as well. So it's a great passing the torch, too, for Rhea. I mean, she's had a big year for being 27, 28. And yes, she's a big presence on Raw. So this is great for her and for Raw and Netflix.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, I wanted this to happen. It was time for this feud, not only the feud, but for Liv's championship reign to end. She had a nice run, but I think Rhea going into WrestleMania season, you want to have a a more dominant champion to like actually, have that title and defend it. So I think Rhea is the perfect person to have that title to defend it at WrestleMania. And so we just gotta wait and see who's going to be that challenger, who's going to main event with her. I was excited to see the match. I figured she more than likely beat Liv with two finishers, just to put a stamp on it. And it was nice to see her give Dom the riptide as well after a low blow kick. So it was kind of poetic justice considering the fact that Dom's heel turn came courtesy of a low blow to Edge. I was excited to see that Rhea finally get the title back.
Yeah, I feel like we all knew Rhea Ripley was going to win this match. I don't think that came as a shock to anybody. What I'm excited for is I think that now, since Rhea finally got her comeuppance against Dom, we can start the face turn of Dominic Mysterio. I think that he is going to be a megastar within the company. I think he has a lot of talent. I think he offers a lot. And I think that, like I said, not everybody has hated him, and he's had this go away heat for so long. I think that you're going to replace him with the New Day as that go away heat team, and people that people just love to hate. And I think that Dom Mysterio now can focus on getting back in the good graces of not only his father, Rey Mysterio, but he also can get back in the good graces of the fans too.
Yeah, that's an interesting point, Virgil, because if you notice when Dom was kind of the focus of the match, I mean, there were still some boos because he's a heel, but they're not as strong as they used to be.
Yep.
So I really do think they are, like you said, laying that groundwork.
Thank you. I try.
No, you're welcome.
I do want to say this, though, before you move on, Coach.
Yeah.
I find it very ironic that the person that had the shortest entrance of the entire night, just whether or not they were there for a match or just a quick appearance, Undertaker probably had the shortest entrance out of anybody.
Yeah,
it's ironic because he's
pretty hilarious
known to have the longest entrance.
Well, it helps he had a motorcycle too to go down the ramp, so I mean that helps speed up the process.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so then we get a quick backstage segment. Kathy Kelly trying to interview Adam Pearce is interrupted by Chad Gable, an American Made, to which Gable says, I am going to win a singles championship this year, and I want you to put me up against any of the best luchadors that you know, to which Adam Pearce says, I think I have an idea for somebody for next week, thus leading to Penta making his Raw and WWE debut next week. So we're looking forward to that. Our next match, Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre. And before this match even starts, we get Travis Scott in the crowd with Jey Uso smoking a blunt. That's how you know we're in a new era.
That's for sure.
USA Network was not going to do any of that. Fox wasn't going to do any of that.
Well, also don't forget during the Tribal Combat, we heard a "fuck you" solo without it being censored. So that's a new sign right there, baby.
Very true. And I only heard one censor with The Rock, and I think that was just out of habit for the production crew of, oh shoot, somebody cussed, we got to bleep it out. And where now it's like, oh wait, we don't have to worry about that anymore. So I think they're going to get better with it. Anyways, moving on to this match, Jey Uso and Drew McIntyre, a very solid match, telling the story of how these two really dislike each other. Jey kind of played possum, fooled Drew McIntyre into false confidence. When McIntyre went for a Claymore, Jey rolled him up for the victory, and actually I was kind of shocked that they did that. I thought they were going to put Drew over, but I think that just kind of lays the groundwork for another match with these two, possibly an encounter at the Royal Rumble. We'll see. But in the end, Jey Uso with the victory. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, completely shocked with the Travis Scott, the blunt, all that. So I'm glad to see that semi-hard with Netflix and Raw. But yeah, I thought it was a fairly good match. I was, completely shocked with Drew. but I'm excited for it because it's going to lead to an extremely crazy, crashed out Drew that we all know and love. I'm sure right now on social media, he's probably on a tweeting rampage right now, talking about it. He's probably going to be on Friday Night SmackDown ready to attack Roman again or something along those lines. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I think that we're going to probably get another match, if I had to guess, Saturday night main event, since that's coming up. So they need to start getting that roster or the card built up for it.
Yeah, for me, I thought it was a good match. I didn't expect Jay to win, honestly, based on the way Drew has been like kicking ass, and so I figured he would have just gone ahead and wipe out Jay, just like he did Sammy. But I think this does open up the door for this feud to continue on, as Drew is on this warpath trying to eliminate every single member of the original bloodline. And so only time will tell, see what happens from here. But I do think the second match will be at Saturday night's main event. And then they all can, everyone's eventually going to focus on the Rumble. So you can only do so much going into that pay-per-view in terms of like pure rivalries. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
What you have to look at here, folks, is necessity. Necessity is going to bring together two teams that are going to either fight in Saudi Arabia before Mania or at Elimination Chamber, which I don't really know, because you would think that CM Punk or Jey Uso might end up trying to be in an Elimination Chamber match to try to win a world championship shot at Mania. I mean, a WWE championship shot at Mania, but you never know. You never know how things are going to play out. But necessity here is going to forge teams. So Drew McIntyre hates everybody that has cost him a shot at the WWE championship or cost him the WWE championship. He also hates anybody that's helped the team that has cost him a shot at the WWE championship. CM Punk is also a person that helped helped the bloodline. Cody Rhodes is also a person that has helped the bloodline. Kevin Owens is fighting with Cody Rhodes. Seth Rollins hates and had lost tonight to, sorry, I'm bearing the lead here, lost to CM Punk. So what we're looking at here, guys, is necessity bringing together probably what is going to be one of the coldest factions since the NWO. It is literally going to end up being it's going to end up being Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, and Seth Rollins becoming a faction together due to their bred through their hatred for Roman Reigns and anybody that has ever helped Roman Reigns. And they're going to seek to ruin his life in the year 2025.
Talking about the sword, the shield, and the poutine? That's what I'm calling the faction. Or sword and the shield and the maple syrup. Oh, hockey stick. There we go. Sword, the shield, the hockey stick, baby.
Good God, Fritos. All right, let's move on.
All right. So we get to our main event, the match of the night, Seth Rollins versus CM Punk, a highly, highly competitive matchup where we saw both guys stealing each other's finishers, Seth Rollins stealing it twice, a couple of great spots to where we legit thought both guys were hurt, but they did a great job selling. But then it ended with CM Punk hitting two go-to-sleeps and basically leaving a lifeless Seth Rollins on the mat, pins him 1, 2, 3. CM Punk wins the heated rivalry matchup. But I know with you guys are thinking like me, I don't think this rivalry's over. Fritos, your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought, to me, this was match of the night. Just amazing. I didn't expect them to steal each other's moves. But yeah, this is not going to end tonight. This is going to be a trilogy. Triple H knows this is a big money maker. So I can see this being a match on Saturday night main event for round 2. Then round 3, I don't know, because Rumble's coming up. You got Elimination Chamber. Just depends on who the winner is. I can also see this ending at Backlash of WrestleMania. What? Don't. I'm sorry. I'm joking. Don't. I'm sorry. I love you.
Dang.
Thought I wasn't paying
Long-term
attention.
booking right there.
It wasn't me this time. It wasn't me this
booking.
Thought I wasn't paying attention.
It wasn't me this time. But no, but yeah, I think with this, yeah, it's not over. And I was watching, like I was telling you guys, I was watching Nightcap with Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco, and CM Punk was a guest on the podcast yesterday. Go follow that podcast, Nightcap. He basically they asked him, what's next if you win this match, and basically he was like, it's not going to be over between us. This is going to be brewing for the entire year, and so that's exactly how I see it. Like, based on this is 10 years in the making, this match.
Mm-hmm.
And so we finally got it, and it's not even on the pay-per-view. So it just makes you wonder, all right, how many more matches can they go? And so and that wasn't the first one-on-one match between them two, right? Because I think when Rollins was in the Shield, they had a one-on-one match. I believe. But just a lot has changed since then. So the fact that they're as great as they are now, Rollins has been one of the biggest superstars in the company, while Punk was gone. It's just the fact that we were able to get this match, and we're probably gonna get maybe 2 or 3 more matches down the line. And so I'm excited to see what happens between these two. Hopefully the next time will be, a world championship match. Closer to Mania or after, who knows? So,
Yeah, I think it's very telling that on the very first episode of Raw on Netflix, you don't even have the world champion on there. That just shows you how not box office he is. As far as when you have a stacked card, you would think that the champion of that show should be heavily featured on that show. He got 1 vignette. That's number 1. Number 2, the big money match is Seth Rollins versus CM Punk on this show. And we all know it. I think everybody knows it. I think Triple H knows it. John Cena, until you put a title on John Cena, or until John Cena is going for a title, the biggest match you can have on this show is CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Yeah, I like I said, I like what they're doing. I love the match. The match was good itself. It was very entertaining. Like I said, I really thought that it was going to be over after Seth Rollins pulled out the Falcon Arrow and all of the high flying moves and stuff that he did. He pretty much dominated the match. Did you guys see at the end he was bleeding from his eye? I was like, man, I think that was blood the hard way. Yeah. Pause. But yeah, like I said, I just thought to myself, I was like, man, this is tough, man. But this is a good match. All around, y'all. This was a very, very good show. I would say that CM Punk and Seth Rollins have a lot left to offer in their feud, but I think that you're going to get more people involved in their feud. Again, I do foresee this going another direction and taking another twist and a turn, and not for the better for CM Punk. I think he's going to go through some hard times before he's able to reach that main event status at the WrestleMania. No backlash.
I will say this, like, just to add on, like I was telling you guys earlier, I think Mike, you had walked away for a bit while we was all watching the show. I like, as good as this show was good, like, I didn't see anything wrong with it. But at the same time, I feel like as much as they hyped it, I don't think it lived up to the hype. Honestly, I just feel like, the way they hyped, I did expect a little bit more. They said a lot of surprises, everything, and for it to be 3.5 hours.
What are you talking about? We had Hulk Hogan get booed out of the arena.
Best part of the whole night.
Yeah, that was.
I completely forgot about that segment.
That was amazing. Yeah, that was amazing.
That's how unmemorable it was.
Yeah, but like, I mean, I get it. It's like the first night, so you don't want to pull out all your punches. I'm sure there's a lot more to come, but I just feel like in terms of just as much as they've hyped it, they got all these superstars going on promotional tours, going on NBA Today, and Miz out here being a special guest, commentator for certain NBA games, You got Punk on Nightcap. Everybody, just you see superstars everywhere. NFL games, it don't matter, and they just promote Netflix. WWE on Netflix, and I get it because WWE is now like it's been this global brand, and superstars everywhere. That I feel like wrestling is now cool again to where you're seeing a lot more celebrities pop out every Monday and Friday, and so but I just feel like they hyped it a lot, and I feel like it didn't live up to the hype as much. Now some of the matches did, but I just feel like for it to be 3.5 hours, I kind of expected a little bit more, but not saying the show was terrible. It's just me personally, I just expected a little bit more based on the hype.
That's an interesting take. To be honest with you. But I mean, I guess I would agree. I thought I would see Lesnar tonight. Very shocked that Brock Lesnar was not involved in tonight's action. Yeah, but like I said, but outside of Lesnar, I mean, it was a good show. It was a good show. And again, you got to save some stuff.
So the viewers do know there's reports going out that Brock Lesnar's on the roster again for Raw, just in case it missed that.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, CM Punk's got the donuts.
Oh shit, something's going down.
Of course, he has the donuts. But yeah, no. Like I said, all in all, I thought it was a good show. I did think I would see Lesnar. And I guess for the way that the show was written, I was just looking like, everything moved so quickly. It didn't really give you time to let a lot of stuff breathe. And there was a lot more commercials than I thought there were going to be with them moving to Netflix.
That was my pet peeve is I knew there were going to be commercials. I was not expecting them to be that long to where it was almost like it was still on USA Network where they jump in the middle of a match.
Or do picture-in-picture at least, so we can still watch it too.
Yeah. So I will say that was the major thing I was disappointed with this. And I agree with C. I thought I was expecting maybe a little bit more because of all the hype. I was expecting a little bit more surprises, but I think we're going to get those still on these Monday Night Raws now. I think this just leaves it open more for interpretation for a lot of surprises to happen on multiple nights because Netflix is going to be wanting that kind of viewership. So you got to pull those surprises.
We ain't talking about no damn Goldberg type surprises.
What are you talking about? He's going to challenge Gunther for the
World Heavyweight Championship, brother. I don't know why you playing. You already know that's happening. Hey, you already know that's happening. See, you might as well give it up, brother.
At the Rumble?
I don't know.
Might as well.
Yeah, probably.
Get out of the way.
Do it at the Rumble instead of Mania because I ain't trying to see that.
No. If Goldberg won't have a match at WrestleMania, I don't think.
Oh, it'd be Saudi.
Heck no.
It'd be one of
Saudi. There you go.
No more Saudi matches, man. No, enough. No.
Which also that was another big, huge report that the Royal Rumble 2026 is going to be in Riyadh. So like I said, I mean the women are going to be burning up. Hopefully it's in an arena and not outside. Where the women got to wear them full bodysuits and try to wrestle in them joints because I know that'd be killing them. No, nobody's a fan of the Royal Rumble 2026 being in Rio. That's hilarious.
When's this deal gonna end? That's all I'm gonna ask.
When will it end?
Hopefully,
damn it, Vince. Your last stab to WWE. Sorry.
I'm glad that contract is up.
Yeah, I was just about to say. Well, hey, thank you all to our viewers for watching with us. We had a great time watching this show, and we have a great time making content for you. So please remember to like, share, and subscribe to all of our social media pages, all of our channels here on the WEBookIt network. We have Monday Night Rawdog. We got Wednesdays AEW. We got Friday SmackDown, Lowdown, High Top Down, Bar Down, whatever we're calling it now. And then,
you missed a couple adjectives and verbs.
And then, of course, we have our normal Sunday recap show with all.
Also, not to cut you off, host. I'm sorry, not to bury the lead, but The Rock announced he's going to NXT tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not promising anything, but if The Rock does something big or big news drops or something big happens while he's there on NXT, I will jump in and do a quick live about it. I can't promise the other fellows will be there. I don't know what their plans are for the night. But if something big happens on NXT, I'm gonna try to jump in and give and review something about it. But it's just too much freaking wrestling, man. Too much. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're all good. So, yeah, stay tuned for all of our upcoming content. For Fritos, Big Daddy C, and Virgil, I'm Coach. We'll see you guys next time.